Welcome to tonight's magical bedtime story. As the night settles in and the world outside becomes quiet, it's the perfect time to unwind, relax, and let your imagination take you on a magical journey. Tonight, I have a special story for you. Our story is about a young boy who, each time he falls asleep, enters an endless dream maze. In this magical labyrinth, each path he takes leads him to wondrous new places, sometimes puzzling, sometimes beautiful, and always filled with mystery. So, get cozy under your blanket, take a deep breath, and let go of the day's thoughts. Allow yourself to drift into this dream world. Let's begin our journey together. In a tranquil little town nestled in a lush green valley, lived a 10-year-old boy named Aaron. The town was surrounded by dense forests, with sunlight always casting a gentle glow on the rooftops of his quaint house. Birds chirped joyfully in the branches, adding a melodic harmony to the peaceful setting. Aaron's home was an old wooden house with a flower garden in front, full of colorful blooms and fragrant herbs. Aaron loved playing in the garden, especially near the mysterious forest that bordered their town. The forest was home to towering ancient oak trees, their trunks draped with moss and branches adorned with hanging vines, as if concealing countless secrets. Though Aaron's life was serene and fulfilling, he had recently begun experiencing a peculiar and unsettling dream. Every night, he found himself in an enormous and intricate maze. The maze's walls towered into the clouds, twisting and turning in endless patterns. The walls were adorned with strange symbols and patterns, emitting a faint blue glow like stars twinkling in the darkness. The ground was made of ancient stone slabs covered in moss and fallen leaves, with a damp, earthy scent pervading the air. Despite his best efforts, Aaron could never find the maze's exit. It seemed to constantly shift, deliberately leading him into a labyrinthine abyss. Initially, Aaron dismissed these dreams as mere illusions, but they began to feel increasingly real. He woke up feeling an unusual heaviness in his body, as if an invisible force was dragging him down. Oddly, elements from his dreams started appearing in his waking life. At school, the corridors became hazy. The walls displayed the same maze symbols, and peculiar patterns appeared on the floor. At home, cracks began to form on the walls, as if some force was eroding his reality. One evening, while his parents were out shopping, leaving him alone at home, Aaron went to bed as usual. As night fell, he drifted into a dream even more vivid than before. In this dream, he walked through a particularly narrow corridor, illuminated by the eerie glow of moss on the walls, and filled with the scent of decay. At the end of the corridor, he heard a deep, resonant voice. "You have arrived. Time is running out." The voice seemed to emanate from deep within the maze, and Aaron glanced around to see the shadows around him twisting as if they were waiting for him. The voice continued, You are not the first to enter this maze, but you might be the last to escape. To unravel the maze's secrets, you must find its center. Aaron felt an unprecedented sense of urgency. He knew he needed to find the maze's exit to free himself from this encroaching dream. As time went on, Aaron's dreams became increasingly bizarre. One cold night, as he entered the maze again, he found himself no longer alone. In a corner of the maze, he encountered a mysterious girl dressed in a flowing white gown. Her footsteps were light and silent, and her long hair cascaded down, emitting a faint glow. Her eyes were filled with wisdom and sorrow, as if she had endured countless ages. "Are you trapped here too?" Aaron asked cautiously. The girl nodded and replied softly, "My name is Eve. The maze is not just a dream. It connects reality with another world. I have been trapped here for so long that I have forgotten who I am. Every passage, every door, every wall in this maze is full of riddles and trials." Aaron and Eve decided to team up to explore the complex maze. They discovered that the maze was filled with mysterious symbols and mechanisms, and each step could lead to peril. The walls of the maze constantly shifted, and passages would suddenly disappear or reappear. Each time they solved a riddle, the maze's appearance would change, as if guiding them deeper into its heart. In one exploration, they entered a peculiar room filled with enormous clocks. The clock's hands incessantly ticked, creating a jarring sound. The walls were embedded with shimmering crystals that altered the room's lighting, casting intricate shadows. Aaron and Eve had to decipher these shadows to find the hidden passage behind the clocks. Every touch of a crystal had to be perfectly timed, or the room's light would become chaotic, complicating the maze further. The maze was full of various trials. Aaron and Eve faced many challenges. In one particularly dark room, the walls were embedded with multicolored gemstones, each emitting a different light. These lights illuminated the room and projected strange patterns. Aaron and Eve realized that these gemstones were part of a puzzle. They had to touch them in a specific sequence to open the door to the next section. Each gemstone's touch required precise timing, or the room's light would become disordered, making the maze even more challenging. In another trial, they encountered a massive statue. The statue loomed high, its eyes glowing brightly, casting complex patterns on the maze's walls. Aaron and Eve had to interpret these patterns to find the correct combination of symbols to unlock the hidden passage. The statue's light continually shifted, and the patterns changed, requiring them to stay constantly alert. With Eve's wisdom and Aaron's courage, they eventually deciphered the correct combination and opened the hidden passage. During a particularly dangerous trial, the maze's walls began to close in, attempting to separate them. The walls moved with a rumbling sound, making the space feel suffocating. Aaron and Eve had to navigate this narrowing space, searching for support points to stabilize themselves. Eve's intelligence helped them find a safe passage, while Aaron's bravery allowed them to confront the maze's terrifying guardians, creatures with dark, abyssal skin and gleaming claws, instilling fear with their menacing presence. Eventually, Aaron and Eve reached the heart of the maze. At the center stood a magnificent tower, its top emitting a blinding light that pierced through the mist and reached the sky. The surrounding area was a vast circular plaza covered in strange symbols and giant stone tablets etched with ancient texts. The tablets emitted a faint glow, complementing the tower's radiance. However, at the tower's entrance awaited a colossal guardian of the dream. The guardian was clad in dark, menacing armor, its face obscured, emanating a fearsome aura. Its eyes were like deep voids, full of endless menace. The armor was covered in complex symbols that glowed faintly, seemingly connected to the maze's symbols. Aaron and Eve knew this guardian was the final barrier to escape the dream's grip. Defeating it required all their courage and intelligence. The battle was fierce, with the guardian's roars shaking the maze and its powerful attacks threatening to overwhelm them. Eve used the maze's symbols to harness surrounding energy, while Aaron fought to fend off the guardian's attacks. Through their combined efforts, they discovered the guardian's weakness and ultimately overcame it. The tower's doors slowly opened, and the maze began to collapse, as if the entire world was being rebuilt. Aaron suddenly awoke from his dream, finding himself in his warm, familiar bed. Everything around him had returned to normal. The room was filled with comforting smells, and sunlight streamed through the curtains, casting a golden glow on the floor. Despite the return to reality, Aaron knew that this was more than just a dream. The memories of the maze, the symbols, the sounds, and the challenges were vivid in his mind. He gazed out the window, feeling a profound sense of purpose. He knew that the secrets of the maze still lay somewhere, and Eve's voice echoed in his mind. "We will meet again, Aaron. The power of the maze has not vanished. It is merely lying dormant." Aaron lay in bed, staring at the ceiling, a mix of fear and anticipation filling his heart. He understood that this adventure was just the beginning. The maze still existed in the depths of his dreams, and he would soon embark on another journey through the world of dreams.